Okay.
It's a hat day. Yeah, so this is really funny. We were just talking about this before going live here because Adrian, we're getting very close to start time, and I'm like, where is she? And sometimes we have multiple studios set up because we set up Mondays, so we could send the link to the guest and things like that. And she was in the wrong studio, so
I'm sorry.
I was like,
late.
where is she? You were technically you weren't late.
I was very early.
You were actually just in the wrong place, but she wasn't late at all. All right, we are gonna get going. Please retweet, recast, let people know that you are here if you're in our chat, and we will be back on the other side of this. Where is it? 40 seconds. Welcome to GM Farcaster, bringing you everything from breaking news to spicy memes to the deep lore shaping this vibrant digital community. More than just a show, GM Farcaster is your digital third space where the community connects, the stories unfold, and the culture thrives. Whether you're a daily caster or just dropping by, we've got the latest buzz to keep you plugged in. So grab your coffee and let's dive in with your hosts, Nanish Prof and Adrian, for another episode of GM Farcaster. GM Farcaster. It is Friday. Happy Friday, December 12th. And you are here with Nanish Prof and Adrian for 29 minutes of Farcaster news to start your day. Plus, nothing. Actually, nothing. Just that. Plus, we have no guests today. Never mind.
No guests.
It's a chill day today. So very excited. Let me just do some tweeting. Yeah, so let the Twitter folks know that yes, Farcaster is still alive. Come see. Come see how alive it is.
Are we still talking about this?
Yes. Yes. It is the staying power of this particular thing is quite amazing. Yeah, just 1 second. Come see how dead Farcaster is. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, it has some staying power, and I'm very surprised that it isn't over yet. But nope. We still go on. But there's lots of fun things happening. There's a lot going on. We're starting to get a little bit back to semi-normal for Farcaster, but yeah. So let's dive in. Let's just dive into it. This from Dan, Farcaster app DAU, WAU, MAU for the last 2 years. So that's daily active users, weekly active users, and monthly active users. And I was like, for the past 2 years, 2024, 2025 would be the past 2 years. I'm like, that doesn't, yeah, that's correct. So what I thought was interesting is that we are, we've been hanging pretty steady there in that range. It hasn't fallen too much from this. The other thing, it's funny looking at this, what happened at these points.
Totally.
Yeah. I know exactly what this is. I less know what this is. I definitely know what this is. This is clearly Clanker, the Clanker announcement. This is degen and frames and, that whole thing. It's really funny. Actually, that's not degen. This is
Farcon.
That's later. Yeah, that's Farcon, close to Farcon.
Venice?
Yeah, has to be Venice. Yeah,
because
this would be degen. Yeah, there was one. I remember. Yeah, so I think it was Farcon. I think that was the Farcon pump. So anyways, it's really kind of fun. Kind of fun to look through it and see all the moments on the graph. Which is interesting. It's harder to do that, to tell a story with a line chart. But if you've been hanging around here, there's a story with each of these little peaks and valleys. So here we are. And so I feel like, it's kind of hit it's kind of hasn't fallen way off even during the Farcaster is dead moment. So that's
But not dead.
not dead yet.
And I think all the admission was it's like it still hasn't hit the growth trajectory
No,
of
clearly.
finding, yeah. It's like if your goal is to get 1 billion people to use something every day, you've got a few orders of magnitude. I don't know if you remember. Do you remember the first FarCon? One of the memes that came out of it.
No.
The
Which
day
one?
in orders of magnitude one.
No.
Oh,
I don't remember that one.
so in Boston, do you remember Dan came to FarCon just
Yep.
not because he came to FarCon, he was in town, so he kind of
Yep.
stopped by and he gave a very short. He wasn't there the whole day. He gave a short talk, and someone asked him, and there were how many people in the room? 60,
70,
people, 70
tops.
people in the
Yeah.
room.
Yeah.
So someone asked him a question about how he thought about growth, and he just answered that he said he thinks in orders of magnitude.
I forgot about that.
And he said, so if we're at, 10,000 users, I got to get to 100,000 users.
Right.
And if I get to 100,000, then I have to get to 1 million,
So we still haven't hit that
night,
million. And that's kind of, when I think about that line chart, there's also the yes, we haven't lost a lot, but we haven't gained a lot. So that's the problem.
Right.
Clearly. Yeah.
And anyway, that night though, Johnny Mac launched a meme.
Yeah.
Of like and
I missed
and then
Johnny
it was
Mac.
like the Dan thinks in orders of magnitude. Yeah, nonlinear. Where did he go?
I don't know.
Why did he leave?
Why did he leave? He's in Wyoming, just chilling. Apparently.
Should I fix my lighting?
I know you got some lighting.
You go to that. I'm gonna fix this while you go to the next story. You go to the news.
Only when we get bigger, and I'm like, what? All right, moving on. We've got this from DWR, semi-regular Farcaster annoyances thread. If you were BDFOFF, benevolent dictator for one Farcaster feature, what would you have us work on? The more specific the ask, the better. By the way, that's specific. When you drop an FIP in the replies, it's pretty specific. And then he's going to ask questions like, how does it grow users in near term, things like that. So make sure that you have the answer to that. I didn't see this one.
Oh, this is great.
I saw Bert talking about it. I did not see Dan's reply. So Bert was saying, I am once again asking for a community manager, and I agree. And because that's not what we do. We have our own thing, but a community manager would be very, very helpful for many reasons, and I'd have many thoughts about that. But Dan said the community manager would quit because they have to work with me. I feel like that's a little PTSD there, but we won't. Just move on.
I don't think I think he's self-aware, and I don't think he's wrong.
And then Bert, do you need a hug? You know what would fix Dan? Actual Bert in the office every day. I think it would. I think it would.
Did you request a feature?
I did not, because you know what I'm going to request, and I know my answer, so I didn't bother. The only two things I would request are things I'd like returned, trending feed, and the question would be, how does that grow users? It doesn't. It just makes me happy. And my cute little reactions that I miss. So I had nothing new. How about you? Did you have something in mind?
Yeah, but I would just encourage people, if you see this. So yes, Dan will ask, how does it grow users? And if you have an answer, that's great, and he's more likely to do it.
Yes.
That being said, it's also an opportunity. He's going to be reading this thread. So if you have any product feedback, requests, whatever, as long as you're not aggressively insulting him, he'll probably read it and think about it. So I asked for native streaming, or at least discovery of streaming. So so obviously like how Twitter has
so that we can tie. I could tie that to how would that grow users, or how would it grow interaction, grow activity would probably be the better, because you could see many use cases.
Yeah, and it makes the app more sticky because you're discovering content there and entertainment, and then you stick around. It's like something else to do. Yeah.
So that one, I didn't think of that because it's always in my brain, but I just didn't think to add it out there. So I'll need to go in here and +1 yours. the other thing he did drop was a bugs thread. So Farcaster app annoying bugs. If you're consistently running into a bug with the Farcaster mobile or web app, please reply here. We're more likely to fix a bug if you have a screenshot or screen recording. So there's a few things I know people mentioned in here, but also I need to drop a couple too that just are little things that are bugging me, if you will. Yeah, I feel like they changed the sizing or something in the notifications. I noticed this like a week or two ago where I keep hitting the wrong notification where I wasn't before. So something's weird there and I don't know what it is, but
the only bug I have is when I go to cast, end up searching.
Yeah, there's that too. Yeah.
It's a bug.
It's a bug. It's actually a feature. You just don't know it yet. This from Linda. Clanker Spotlight for Wish by MYK. Trading fees go towards funding real gift purchases for the community and help spread holiday cheer. So this was the focus yesterday. And I think the day before, 2 days before that was QR. So they're bringing back Clanker Spotlight. They are not just focusing on things that are brand new, but things that have been hanging around for a bit. So this one is not new. It's about, I think, a month old, something like that. But cool to see this. I am going to be streaming with Mike.eth tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow at noon. Yeah, today's Friday. Tomorrow will be Saturday. That is correct. And we're going to be giving away some stuff off the wish list. He's got a whole thing. He did it last Saturday. Wanted me to jump on that. No, like I can't. Not right this minute. I need prep time for that. So now I'm gonna be ready. I've got different hats ready to go. So yeah, I'm very excited. Awesome. It's gonna be fun. So I got you'll see a whole different range of hats and things tomorrow. So yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited. So this is really cool to see this coming back. So Clanker Spotlight Wish, holiday themed token and mini app founded by MYK, where trading activity user agent help fund real gift purchases. Users create wish list, coordinate holiday shopping through a built-in gift registry, and participate in live streams that select random winners whose gifts are purchased using trading fees. This weekend's live stream is tomorrow at noon. So very cool. Glad to see that highlighted. And then there was like, hey, Clanker Spotlight is now driving only a few $100s in volume. Hard to interpret that as anything but extremely bearish. There was a slight lag because it was more like 30K in volume, which, isn't nothing. It's not massive, but it's pretty good. So there's a slight lag with Spotlight getting set up and people getting notified when there's a new Spotlight. So there you go. It's about 30K volume in 30 minutes. And wholesome that these trading fees go towards purchasing holiday gifts for the community. So he's taking all those fees, putting it towards gifts, but also people are just buying gifts off your wish list too. So there's that. So I won one last week, but also both of my other ones were fulfilled. So it's been, hey, there you go. Pretty cool. And by the way, I mentioned yesterday, like he was fulfilling some big wishes. Like I saw a lot of laptops, iPhones, iPads. And when I was thinking about it, like people were really moved and excited. And these are, folks that you interact with all the time on the timeline. And, if you think about someone who's an artist or a dev, something like this is, hopefully going to give back to us in a way because they'll have better tools and who knows what they're going to build with those tools. So very cool. This also from Linda, going to experiment with a weekly Clanker Roundup post on the Farcaster account every Friday that highlights recent updates from the Clanker ecosystem builders. First one is tomorrow, which is today, trying out with an initial group. We'll keep iterating, add more projects, and might rotate teams if it ends up being too many. And I think this is great because we're working with Clanker. We have been for a bit. So we've been doing some interviews with teams, but we're doing one a week. There's only so many you can cover. Like already we have a list of, I don't even know, like a dozen. And I'm like, we've got 8 spots and 3 of them are already taken. So it's like trying to figure out how are we getting a dozen into, 5 more spots. So I'm glad to see this because I think this is another way to drive attention to the projects that are building something real, significant, sustainable, really trying something unique and those kinds of things, that you want to highlight. So cool. And we'll share this on Monday once it's out in the world. And one more thing from Linda. And you might want to get a little sound ready for this one. Which sound do I mean?
Unrelated to Clanker.
Unrelated to Clanker at all, but related to you people. This is from Linda. I'm going to spend less time scrolling the feed for a while just for my own sanity. I try to keep on top of things in feed for my work, but the amount of constant negativity hasn't been healthy for me and been very distracting. If you need me, please DC or tag me. If you're an asshole to me, I'm not obligated to respond. Like that had to be stated. Say it one more time.
Mama's had enough.
There we go. For real. Like
stop it.
Stop it. Now there has been some on Farcaster. There's been a lot on Twitter. These two things together, not healthy, because Linda's been trying to reply to everyone, when she sees threads of people kind of, especially for those getting things wrong, she's correcting the record. She's just making sure people understand because there's a lot of confusion out there. And there's just some people just being flat out mean. And I've unfollowed a couple of people recently because of that. So stop it. Just stop it. But if you do need something, she will respond if it's an actual, thing, not your whining.
By the way, we forget there's new people to Farcaster and new people.
We should say who Linda is. Who's Linda, Adrian?
Who's Linda? Linda is a national treasure, and we protect her at all costs, is all you need to know. No, Linda is, she works for Merkle now. So, and she's doing a lot of, I guess her focus is on Clanker trading.
Clanker and projects.
But she, before joining Merkle, she was building her own bootstrap startup on Farcaster with Daniel PROSB called Bounty Caster, which is bounties on Farcaster. Before that, she had started her own crypto fund. Before that, she was an early Coinbase employee. She was a producer of the Vitalik Ethereum documentary, and she's got a big online presence, and she's just one of the most interesting, kind, smart, consistent,
thoughtful,
all around, amazing human being. And we love Linda.
We love Linda. Her. So stop it.
Don't be
if you're
going to be mean to her.
You're picking the wrong person. Even I think Dan posted something. I didn't pull this, but it basically said, if you're mad, be mad at me and leave Linda alone. Leave Brittany alone. What are you doing? Also, by the way, in case you're looking for the Clanker 101 live stream, which Zal was, it's pinned to Linda's account, but I think it's also pinned on Twitter as well. But yeah, go check that out. So stop it. Just stop it. All right, moving on. This from our what? Go ahead. Do you want to anything else?
And also a reminder that Farcaster does not have a comms team. There is no PR department. It's just a small team of builders. It's a small team of mostly engineers building a product and a protocol. And I think when someone pushed Dan about his communication style, he just said the only thing he cares about is honesty. He's like, he's not going to give communication with hugs, but it's just honest. And you have not just Dan, but the entire team is speaking about Farcaster. So it's they took a lot of heat, and they are not obligated to listen to any harassment. I think
nobody is. Nobody is.
Yeah.
No, if somebody is harassing you online, you are not obligated to respond, and you're not obligated to continue following them. You're not obligated to allow them to see your stuff. Block and mute is
Oh,
important. So
this
there you
is
go.
great. Merkel
Oh.
tree or Angela Merkel? Like, what even is
What
Merkel?
Merkel?
This is like, we're back to Farcaster 101, and I
I
can't tell
know.
if
We
people
haven't
are
done one in
trolling
a
us.
while.
I can't tell
Yeah.
if they're trolling us or they're just new. Merkel Manufactory is the name of the company that is the venture-backed company that is building the Farcaster protocol, that is building the Farcaster app.
There we go.
Not confusing at
so
all.
this was an honest question. Yeah, that might have been just trolling. Just kidding. Yeah. So good explanation. Okay, let's move on. We got some other things, and we have some fun things to talk about soon as well. This was from Varpan. This is one of the most important FIPs. Revoking an app key, aka signer, will not delete any messages previously signed with it. I guess this has been a problem for a bit, where if you would revoke the access, the signer, then everything would disappear. So that's not good. This has been one of the long-awaited advantages of message ordering enabled by SnapChain. Happy to see it implemented. What this actually means for users is you can safely revoke access to apps you have previously granted Farcaster access to without worrying that any casts or reactions performed using this app will be deleted, as was the case before.
Love this. This has, and I actually missed this because I remember reading this, and now that you're rereading it to me, I had a question: is this implemented already? And I think it sounds like
said
Dynamite
yes.
said
This
it
was
was rolled out already.
Yeah, it's rolled out a while ago. Sorry, we've been a bit amiss about updating the FIPs. Just updated. So there you go.
A comms department could handle that for you. change management.
Many things.
Roll that out
Many
for you.
things.
I'm obsessed with this because I recently checked my signers list of how many apps I've authorized to my Farcaster account. And there's a lot. And there's a lot of old ones too. And I wanted to clean it up, but I wasn't sure what I would be deleting from my profile. And I'm a digital hoarder. So
same. So where do you do that though, if you want to revoke?
In is somewhere in your app settings.
Okay. So in the individual apps, you would need to do it, but where would you see?
No. Farcaster app.
So okay. In the Farcaster settings.
Yeah. In your Farcaster settings.
So somewhere in here.
Should be. Yeah. Let's see.
Oops. No, that was channels. Never mind.
Let's
all right. So somewhere in the settings.
Let's see how
somewhere in the settings you will find this revocation.
It's in advanced on the mobile app, and I don't know in desktop, but on the mobile app it's in advanced. And then there's connected apps where you can manage connected apps.
Okay.
And that will list all of them. But some of these apps, it's like a walk down
memory lane. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Because we try everything. So that's the other thing. Like, this may not be as big of an issue for a lot of people, but we literally use probably every mini app that comes out just to test things out. So I'm sure I have a lot of approvals out there too. So I'd have to go through. All right, moving on. This from Cyrus. Wait, so the DGen app is now the social app and the social app is now the DGen app? Yes. Accurate.
Duh.
Correct.
Where you been?
Correct. So speaking of the DGen app, this is from Yasik. Farcaster's latest update sparked a lot of conversations. While the ecosystem explores new directions, we want to speak directly to the people who care about the social layer, because that's where our conviction has always been. The DGen app is and will remain a social platform first, a place built for people, expression, culture, and connection. We've been building on Farcaster long before this week's discussion. Our team has lived in this ecosystem daily, testing, shipping, listening, adapting. We've been firsthand what the community actually wants. Open, decentralized social experiences that genuinely feel fun to use. That belief hasn't changed. If anything, it's stronger now. where we see some shift away from social, we see an opportunity to double down on it. Farcaster is still the most promising foundation for decentralized social, and we believe the best social apps will come from teams who already understand the network from the inside. DGen is proud of what we built so far, and we're even more excited about what's ahead. New features, more community-driven input, and a product that continues to push toward our North Star, becoming the best social experience on Farcaster. If you're one of the people who still believes in decentralized social, if the Farcaster vision mattered to you, if you're looking for a home for that energy, download the DGen app and come join the community. So there you go. Cool. All right. So that's one option. But wait.
I love all the new apps.
Wait, there's more. But wait, there's more. This from Grace Seymour. I love Recaster FC so much. I've had it on my phone for a long time, but only started really using it recently. It doesn't replace the official client for me, but it certainly augments and improves my experience with Farcaster. Strong recommend. This is a scheduled post. I can legit set it and forget it and look at this sleek interface. Huge thanks and hat tip, speaking of hats, to the kind soul who reminded me how great this app is. I don't remember your at, but I appreciate you. So there you go. Another option, lovely option to use. And this was from, I always say this wrong.
It is the most, this poor soul has a name. And I've DM'd them and asked for a pronunciation, and they've told me how to pronounce their name.
I know. That's why I was looking to you and hoping you remember.
And then every time we bring up his cast, I forget. It's like one of those mental blocks.
Yes. Hey, Haiole. It's Haole. That's not it, and that's not correct, and we're so wrong. But anyway.
And we are so sorry.
And we're so sorry, but we love you. So this from the person who created Recaster. Thank you, DWR, because he had said he had recasted Grace Seymour's. I know there are some complaints about Farcaster's recent decision. I disagree with some of them too, like the button move. But as an indie dev, I still think Farcaster is one of the best places to build. Like Recaster, I had zero incentives or marketing, and Dan went out of his way to help promote it a lot. Now Recaster has 200 DAU, which is already better than most crypto projects. Great point. And a lot of the mini apps that we hail have, like less than that. I'll keep
sick burn.
Yeah, I mean, really, you're not wrong. I'll keep building Recaster, plan to focus on real discussion rather than the KOL OG driven dynamic. Stay tuned. So there you go. But wait, Adrian. But wait, there's more.
Farcaster's so dead.
So dead. But wait, there's more. GM from Uno. This is from me. So I could not get Uno working for me. I was just having a couple issues. I talked about it the other day. One thing was literally the size of my text that I had to make smaller to be able to check off something. Silly. So I finally got on Uno and was able to try this out. And, it was cool to see the GIFs that are integrated similar to like Twitter, where it just has that button. You can add it. Channels are there. The visuals look really great. So this one leans into if you are sharing an image or video, it's going to have a little bit of a boost on the algo, it appears. So a lot of the, when I was looking through the feed, it's very visual oriented and the visuals look great. You can add a location to a cast, which I think is interesting and helpful if you're going somewhere. If you were in Buenos Aires and wanted to share where you were for an event, that's going to be helpful. Mini apps are a small embed, and they seem to work with external wallets right now. There's no wallet built into this particular client. So, but you can, for the mini apps, you can connect external wallets. So that's interesting, a little different. And they're small. They're not like the big embed that you see on Farcaster, which was interesting. So again, a focus on design more than anything else. I did have one feedback that I couldn't tell the quote cast was a quote cast because it just looks like 66. And I was like, why is there a 66 there? What does that mean? Is this some kind of secret code? Shouldn't it be 67? A little something for the kids. So I was very confused, but it turns out it was just a quote cast. So definitely a different look and feel, but I like it. It's also interesting to see how GIFs that you share there are rendered elsewhere, and they're all different. And on Farcaster, they don't show it all. So they don't show it all in the Farcaster app. On Base, it shows as a video, and then on Zapper and Dgen, it shows as a static image until you hit play, and then it's a video. So the GIFs it's interesting how it handles that across different clients. And if you're building something, I would check all the different clients and see how it looks in them, just so you understand any differences, especially as some of these grow. And especially Base app, honestly, because that's the one that's going to have a lot of users very, very soon. You've used Uno. What do you think of, and have you used Recaster or Dgen app, or what other apps are you using that, and what do you think about them?
I've tried a bunch of them, and I want to get better at pulling them into kind of regular rotation. I haven't used Recaster, or at least not
either. Yeah.
Maybe early on, but
yeah.
That review is making me realize I should probably try it.
Yeah.
And Uno I've used, and Base app I use, and Zapper I use.
Yeah. Zapper is such a different experience for, like if you're a trader, like if that's your focus, I would definitely check it out.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely has a different feel, but also if you like NFTs, like it has the old NFT feed, that I used to love. So there's that, like your collectibles you can see, but so it's yeah, it has definitely a different feel, but it's pretty.
But yeah, my favorite thing seeing is everybody talking about how Farcaster is dead, hating new changes on Farcaster, and then every other cast I see is like, hi from another client. And
not only that Farcaster's dead, decentralized social is dead. That's what I saw a lot of on Twitter.
Yes,
as well.
because Farcaster is just the neck, in the long line of graves of all decentralized social that hasn't worked.
Yeah.
And yet here we are, and we've been active on Farcaster for a few years, where there's been other clients, right? And but when you look at the percentage of posts that are coming from the Farcaster app, formerly known as Warpcast, it was 90-some%. Then with the Base app, I think it's probably gone down. But this is the first time you start seeing so many more, especially with Zapper just launched this past week. Uno's still in test flight even, and we're so it's the difference between sentiment and reality couldn't be further from the truth.
It's crazy. Like, it's really funny. It's really, really funny. So yeah, I think we are more decentralized than we've ever been from the protocol level. So not dead yet, folks. Not dead yet. So I enjoyed that, though. I enjoyed trying the different ones. It's hard to get there to, like you said, use it on the daily. And I do need to figure out a rotation for that. Mm-hmm. A better rotation, because I do want to keep using them, because I feel like there's going to be times where there's different things I want to use, but also I just want to know the options in case whatever my favorite one is has issues or goes down or whatever. Mm-hmm. So for my moods, a client for every mood. There you go. This from Dillstack, sharing Watcher Guru just in. YouTube now allows US creators to receive payouts in crypto stablecoins. Do you know which stablecoin?
No.
Which one did you think it was off the top of your head?
I mean, I have no idea. I don't know.
You assumed USDC, right? We all assumed USDC, right? Of course, stablecoin, USDC. But think about it. No, the mafia is back. It's PayPal. USDC. USD, I think they call it. So it's the PayPal stablecoin, which I thought I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Like
Okay.
that's, that's interesting that that was the choice made. So, but then it's like, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's got to be more comfortable for a traditional type of media company to use, like, because they know PayPal, it probably integrated very easily. So yeah, kind of USD,
Gotta start
but not
somewhere.
really. It's PayPal,
Gotta
PayPal
start,
USD.
gotta start somewhere.
Somewhere. But I was surprised.
I-
And we haven't turned on our monetization because we didn't go through and like really focus that out. So I haven't turned it on yet. But now this actually got me more interested in doing that. I'll be honest, because I was like, oh,
Okay, just so you know,
interesting.
we have monetization on, so we'll.
No, it's on, but I turned it off when I set the things up. I'll tell you later.
Oh,
Because we
on each
didn't
video.
set
Individual
on each
videos are
video,
off, yeah.
but we
Our
didn't set up like which things we want to see in
old
there. and-
videos. If
yeah,
you,
yeah,
I
yeah.
apologize to all of our good friends, but if you go to an old video, including myself, because I was watching
yeah.
old videos, it's
They're
like,
on
oh, now I
now.
have to watch an ad.
Exactly. I hate to do that to you people. So maybe that's the way we'll do it. We'll leave it like not on until a couple weeks later or something like that.
God, you really are allergic to making money.
I really am. I don't like the experience of watching a show with the interruption of ads. It really bothers me. And I think that's what my hesitation is. Plus, I just want to make sure it's not showing crappy ads. I don't know why. It's just something about I want the
Right.
experience to be good. But yes, I'm also allergic to
I obviously
making
feel
money.
the same way.
I'm allergic.
Obviously.
Obviously. All right. Moving on. I got to share this a little differently so we can get the videos in. This is the next thing. So we've got speaking of platforms, various platforms. We've got our Spotify Wrap for creators. So I don't know. I didn't know this was a thing, but apparently it's a thing. And this is ours for, let me see if I can get this larger. I think I have to make it bigger, like full big. Here we go. So, the show's not over. So if you're just listening and you're confused, we're just sharing our Spotify Wrap for GM Farcaster. So there's so many interesting things in here that I thought were really like surprising. And this was my favorite one. The top fans artists
and death cults.
Death cults and and Taylor Swift. Because those two things go together. So I thought this was really fun. I enjoyed this. This is really fun to see. And I really liked being able to see some of these little notes here about just how much it went up. Like we are teeny tiny, but it was cool to see the growth in terms of new audience on Spotify, 273%. Cool. That's great. We still need a lot more growth there, but it's cool to see. And then the big shift, fireside chat was the biggest one. And I'm not surprised by that. And then also kind of seeing where people watch from, like Germany, Czech Republic, Nigeria, and India as being, right behind the United States. Yeah, on democracies and death cults. I just thought that was hilarious as the top one. And
shout out Italian for repping
it has to be.
For us. I
has
think
to be
it's
Italian.
all you. We appreciate you.
And then we had 12 folks who, if you are one of the 12 who have us as your top one, like let us know, because we'd love to know. We'd love to know that you're one of our we have your top podcast.
We know it's like mostly we know the people who are watching on YouTube live,
right?
Because you chat, so we see your names. The people who listen to the podcast version, which is recorded and audio only, when we first started out, people would share a lot more because it was so much
Yeah.
smaller. Like people would
Yeah.
share. But now, so we have no idea who you are.
No.
Who
So
are
we'd like
you?
to know. Who are you? We'd like to know. Let us know.
We love
So
you.
if you're watching this on Spotify, and you know what, I should add a little poll or something, or I don't know, some way to like communicate over there, just to say hi, because we appreciate you. In other videos, okay, hold on. I think I need to show the other one first to make sure we have context.
Okay.
So DWR, pulled this one out because the Fed made their announcement this week. This came right after the Fed meeting. They cut rates, but by the amount was kind of expected, 0.25. But they are going to do some other things with buying back treasury bills and all this stuff. So DWR
and
shared
there is
this.
an infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve. An infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve.
An infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve.
So you've probably seen this before. This looks familiar, right? Okay. So Say Angel saw that and said, "Hold my beer," and created this
An
one.
infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve.
An infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve.
It's the Warplet version, Say Angel. Just beautiful. So funny.
And there is
Okay, and that's all we can do on that before we get copyright
It's
problems.
a pirate. It's a pirate Warpy.
It's a pirate Warpy. It's Dan's Warpy. So this is DWR for your bull market memes folder.
Thank you, Say Angel.
That was just amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Do we have to explain what an infinite amount of money at the Federal Reserve means?
Go ahead. Sure.
There's no such thing as infinite anything, folks. No, I guess it just means they can print more. Money
printer go burr. Mm-hmm. They can print more, and that has its implications on things, but that's the that's the joke there.
Leads to, yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, should I plug my favorite meme coin?
Yes, you should. What's your favorite meme coin?
Bitcoin. Sorry.
Bitcoin is her favorite meme coin.
Bert knows. Bert knows.
Bert knows. He knows. Well,
Bert's
I'm
been
sure
paying
Bert
attention.
has been buying Bitcoin. A few things from the builders. This from Farhouse. The OG bus is here. OGs hop on. You are the first to get a glimpse of the house. We take you for a ride into the house today. Try it here and let us know what you think. And I think you may also need to be on the list to even listen. I was able to get in. So you might, if you previously used Farhouse, you probably have access. So go ahead and try, even if you don't want to start your own space, you can join others, and we should really jump in there and play around at some point. So maybe we'll do that later today. This from Rocket Man. I don't think we shared this the other day, but I don't know if you've seen that Rocket Man got an investment. Do you know who he got an investment from?
Biology?
Yeah.
Did I make that up? I think I
Oh,
would say that.
you're
Yeah.
correct. Biology.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
That's and it makes sense. I was thinking about that. I'm like, that's a perfect, like, that makes sense to me that he would be interested in that for not only the technical mechanics, but also from the community focus.
Yeah, and social network.
Social networks, like, makes perfect sense. So this is from Rocket Man. We're launching the co-build token. So that's coming soon as well. They're launching the co-build token differently. Instead of an airdrop, we're going to be funding people on Farcaster and Twitter who do valuable work to help grow the network prior to launch. Work to earn if you may. So this is us working to earn. NFA, DYOR, but also if you're not using co-build, I think it's one of the cooler tipping mechanics. And we had Rocket Man on right after it launched, and we probably should share that episode out again as this kind of ramps up. But it's a very cool mechanic where instead of tipping the person, a penny or 5 cents or whatever, you're buying their token. So they can set up their token that they want you to buy. It can be their own. It could be one of the community tokens like Better. And it's kind of just a really cool mechanic. So you're essentially not only contributing to them in terms of what they may earn from fees and things like that, but you're holding their token. So you can earn some upside as well. So very cool. All right. And this is my background today. So we had a new, every once in a while, somebody launches something like this. This is the Farcaster constellation. Check out my social gallery map. And oops, I need to move us over because you can't quite see. Where's my other options here? You can't see everybody. So I want you to be able to see everybody. So this is my map, and no surprises. No surprises at all. Here, you're like right here. Actually, Chintan surprised me a tad. I was like, oh, I didn't expect you to be like right there.
I think some of the constellation emphasized recency. Like I think recency, because I saw some people on mine, not that I don't, wouldn't be in my orbit, but was more recent.
I think you're right, because like most of these are common, but I noticed like, this is
an imposter.
Dusan, an imposter. And that was obviously recent. That's Jesus. Close to Jesus there. Anyway, really fun. And then this one is yours over here. Oh, come on. There we go. And there I am. We're both in the same spot on each other's, which is kind of funny. Close by in each other's, and Dan's right there too. So, and Burtwurst is on both of ours, and Linda. So anyway, this is fun. It's a fun one. Go check it out if you haven't yet. Okay, we've got a couple more things, but I have to bring up my links. So 1 second while I pull those up. And we have a few more builders to shout out today. Let's go. Come on. You can do it. Oops. I'm sharing the wrong one still. Well, we can just share yours until this one's ready. We've got to, you know what we did yesterday? Well, this is coming up because it's going to be somewhat related. We met with Limone and team to talk about FarCon. So this from, whoops, I have to actually share the right tab. This from Limone. I love this community, and I'd love to actually sit down with you all and dig into this in person. See you at FarCon Rome. So this was FarCon Rome tickets, and then all the other things happening, and it not really getting much attention. And the tickets have been announced. So it was really cool to chat with the FarCon Rome team yesterday and get a better feel for what to expect. And I could not be more excited. I think the space is going to be amazing. If you are anywhere in Europe, like this should be a no-brainer. Like, what are you even doing? Like, get your ticket now because you're coming. You know you're coming. There's no way you're not coming. If you're elsewhere in the world, I get it. You have to wait and see. And, there's a lot more costs involved. But if you're in Europe, there's no excuse. You should have your ticket already. So this is going to be so fun. I'm very excited. They're going to do a Builders Day. It's going to be a little different. It's not going to be an on-site hackathon. They're going to do the hackathon beforehand. And this will be more like presentation of things that people built. So look for that. And then there'll be a summit day, similar content style as last year. And so very excited, very, very excited. And also he may or may not
background.
Yep, fantastic. And also I did ask about Rise of Farms, and keep an eye out. It's coming. It's coming very soon. This from Cassie. Check your email. Day 11 begins and the ghost must burn. Okay. This was almost my background today. It's not. But it was very close to being. This has been, have you played this yet?
Mm-mm.
Okay. This is the latest in her Hexmas mini app. And you run around this little area through all the trees and you're looking for reindeer and other things. So you're looking for reindeer you're trying to capture. And then you can find ornaments and all kinds of Christmassy things. So it's a lot of fun, but it is, I thought I posted the other thing. Oh, here it is. I also met Lynx in there. So Lynx and I met up and we have a little chat, like while you're running around, you can run into people. You're on a team. So you have a team chat as well as like an overall chat. So when somebody finds something, it pops up and notifies you. I was getting so frustrated because I could not find any reindeer and Lynx was finding all the reindeer, even though he's on my team. So it's fine. But I was like, he's finding all the reindeer. I'm like, is this a Canadian thing? Like, are only the Canadians allowed to find the reindeer? Like, what is going on? And then I finally found a couple. So I felt better. But just like a fun little game that is also in the background testing a lot of things for Cassie. So it's a creative way for her to test things on Equilibrium. So go check it out. It's fun. Speaking of fun, this from Jabatoshi, who is on a roll, is all I'll say about this. Burtworst had casted this from the mini app. There has been a murder. Haha, I know who did it. Can you guess? Cast on this story, Jabatoshi, Burtworst, Jesus, Linda, Say Angel, DWR. So if you have not seen this yet, it is so well done. But it's a murder mystery where Bert has been killed. The Sausage King is dead, and the crime scene is weirder than your weirdest group chat. Someone stuffed his face with holy water, onion cup, at his own housewarming party. So here's the thing. It's pulling in casts from the timeline in order to do this. And it's really, really cool. So I have been really enjoying it. It's really fun. I'm trying to see if I can, I don't know why I can't make this bigger. I'm trying to move us over, but it's not letting me move. So it's really fun. Go check it out. Once you do it once, like you already know it. So I'm assuming there's going to be new versions of this coming, maybe. But it's pretty cool. So go check it out and try to guess who did it. It gives you clues. You can ask questions. It pulls in recent casts as part of the lore of these different characters. And that was probably the most fun part. Like it pulled in like Linda's I'm going offline cast and used that as like, this is what she was, she's mad about or something. Maybe she's the murderer.
Right. It's like, so it's like a murder mystery game that feels
live
and current and part of the feed, like real life. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah.
So go check that out. This from Debbie. Privy powers 100 million plus accounts and billions in monthly volume across 1,500 apps. Today, we're giving developers clearer and deeper insight into how users engage with their app. Enhanced analytics are now live to help teams make better decisions and ship better products. And there's more details on that. So if you're using Privy in your mini app or anywhere else in what you're building, make sure you check this out. It gives you all the details on what you can learn in terms of the analytics. Also, which I didn't pull this one, Privy is partnering with Klarna, which is that the way I know it is like a, I want to say layaway, but that's the wrong word.
Buy now. Oh, yes.
Buy now, pay later. Yeah.
Buy now, pay later.
Like layaway, and no one's going to know what that is. So.
Hi. I got you.
Yeah, thank you. Like, no one knows what I'm talking about. This from sequel movies.
Buy now, pay later just sounds so much better.
So much better than layaway. But all I could think was layaway. And I'm like, I'm back in Kmart and it's Christmas. Sequel movies. This is from Sequel. We're going to Sundance. Today, the musical becomes the first film funded on base to be selected in competition at Sundance. The film premieres January 25th in U.S. dramatic competition with WME Independent repping sales. The production will be seeking a worldwide distribution deal. So that's pretty cool. Cool to see that. And that was literally a clanker. There was a clanker that you could buy as part of this. So just letting you know, don't miss out on these fun things. I'm going to come back to that. Okay. This from our guest the other day, Dusan. Yesterday in rapid fire question round, Adrian asked, what is the one thing you wish more people understood about crypto? It got my brain cooked, and all I could come up with was a pretty banal answer. Honestly, thought it was a great answer. Did not even think twice about it. It was a great answer. But he continues on. So I thought I could take another shot at it and make use of Farcaster social features while they're still here. They're not going anywhere. I love the question, but I thought about non-crypto users by default, which was a mistake. And I would like to revisit it from the perspective of people who are in crypto and want it to succeed. The thing I wish more people understood about crypto is Linux. And I don't mean the technical mumbo jumbo, even though I see many parallels. I mean the distribution. People have a natural tendency to resist change, no matter how beneficial it might be. They come up with simple and valid arguments why the thing is bad. You can't play games on Linux. You need to know the commands by heart. You've got to compile all software, and they can't be persuaded. I've heard this is the year for Linux desktop so many times, why I cringe whenever I hear on-chain summer, and it never materialized. Yet Linux clearly won. It is everywhere, and people don't even realize it. And that's the key, especially for crypto, which is so much more polarizing than Linux ever was. Linux didn't win by convincing every user to switch their desktop OS, operating system. It won by becoming the silent infrastructure, the core of servers, Android, smart TVs, routers, supercomputers, and cloud. The user never had to install Linux to benefit from its architecture. They just started using the internet, their smartphone, and all the services, all the modern services. For crypto to truly win, we need to stop fixating on the desktop moment, the time when everyone suddenly gets a wallet and manages their own keys, and start focusing on building the silent, essential infrastructure that underpins the next gen of global services, payment rails, data storage. Crypto's success won't be a loud overnight conversation. It will be a slow, quiet realization that every critical piece of technology they use is now trustless, permissionless, on-chain. The thing I wish more people understood is that crypto, like Linux, wins by becoming essential and invisible. And if you're building on top of crypto, don't build great products, don't build great crypto products, build great products. Loved that. Loved that. So
Great.
good. And it made me think of Privy immediately. Like in all the things we were just talking about. We're talking about PayPal being integrated into YouTube. You've got Privy everywhere. Privy being integrated into Stripe, and Stripe launching Tempo, and all these things that are happening. And that's something I've talked about in class since I started. In 2022, January 2022, I launched my blockchain class for entrepreneurs, entrepreneurship students. And the thing I've said a million times is like, there's going to come a day where everyone's using crypto and they just don't know it, because it's going to be the backbone of a lot of things, because it's just a better technology, especially for anything financial. So,
and especially global. Like if you're moving money, which
global.
We have a global connected economy. So if you're moving money, get cheaper, faster, to do it on crypto. So guess what? They will, right? Especially when the massive payments world and finance, they're going to look to, right? So it's already happening.
Yeah. It's already happening. Stripes, it's already happening. And
you don't need to know, just like
you've got every bank going in, they're starting to move in that direction because it's inevitable, not because they think they wanted to, and you can just go back to Jamie Dimon on this note. He still doesn't like it, still does not like it, still fighting. But at the same rate, JP Morgan's adding, crypto everything into all the things. So the technology is inevitable, regardless of what you think of your particular meme coin situation.
But it's a nice analogy, right? Because if someone's pushing Linux, it's
great
like,
analogy.
I don't
Yeah.
care about Linux. But
Yeah. It was a great analogy. I was like, oh, I didn't know where he was going with that. I was like, what? When I started down that road, I'm like, what? Huh? And then I realized. All right. Couple more things. And then we're calling it for the weekend. This from Jake, 1,000 worth of QR up for grabs. We are $1,000 worth of QR up for grabs. We are offering a special incentive to encourage participation in the ongoing QR auction 281, ending in 21 hours or ending sooner. It may have ended. It was coming up. Nope, got a couple more hours. 18 hours ago, about 3 hours. We'll send 1,000 split evenly to everyone who contributes to the winning bid for this auction. Good luck and have fun. So if you're not familiar now, and God, I'm going to have that same problem. I can't go down to change the layout. Oh, there we go. If you're not familiar with QR, this is a way for you to bid on attention within this mini app that is now also available in a lot of other places like WorldCoin and all the places. And we're going to talk more about this on Monday, as a matter of fact, because Jake will be joining us then. And it does not want to come up for me for some reason. Let me try it again. There we go. So you have the opportunity to join a auction with other people, and that's what they're trying to encourage for this one. And why is it being weird on? Okay, I have a bug. Report.
Jake.
Bug report. I don't know if it's Farcaster or Jake, but bug report. So anyway, if you go into the QR mini app, and you'll see that now I can't get back to my other setup. This is so weird. I'll have to show you my screen later. I'm having weird things with StreamYard right now. So if you joined one of the auctions, because you can join an auction, you don't have to put in, $1,000. You can put in $1, and everyone who contributes to that auction is going to split the $1,000 evenly. So obviously, if there's fewer people, better. And then whoever wins the auction, that becomes the QR code for the day. So there's a couple groups right now vying for the title. You can go check it out and see if there's any that you want to join. But I think this is a cool incentive. It's a really good idea.
Yeah.
So good experiment. Get some attention on the fact that you can even join, because a lot of people probably don't realize that. You can join the auctions. And then lastly, as we mentioned, Jake is going to be on with us on Monday for our next Clanker Spotlight. And this was from Jake. Looking forward to going on Farcaster's favorite show and talking with the most prolific hosts on the protocol. So thank you, Jake.
Can't wait.
And I said back to him.
He's a two-timer.
He is. This is the second time. Second time we'll be on. First time with you, though. Because
No, it was
right? Because it was me. It was just me. You weren't here.
Oh, first time with me. I thought you were saying the first time was with me.
No,
yes,
no.
I was on vacation because I remember being on vacation listening as just listening in. I'm like, oh, this is a great episode. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really fun because I was in Denver, I think. Oops, that is not where I wanted to go. I was in Denver. I was traveling back from base camp, I think it was, or something like that. You were somewhere, or East Denver. It was one or the other. I can't remember which. I think it was when I was traveling back from base camp, and you weren't available. So I was doing the show, and I just did a solo. So it was just Jake and I. So very cool.
Wait.
So that's going to be fun. And I literally can't get back to our regular layout. It's so funny. Can you? Thank you. Very strange. I'm like, I cannot get back to the layout. I don't know why. It's just not there for me. All right, everybody. That's it for us. This has been fun. I'm looking through. Oh, okay. You're talking about QR. Just looking through the chat right now just to make sure we didn't miss anything. So join us on Monday if you have questions for Jake. Talk about one of the most prolific builders. So we're going to be talking about QR mostly, but we'll definitely touch on condo. We'll touch on base colors. Like he's always trying and doing new things. So I'm very excited to have that chat. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And then of course you did, Meta David. Of course you did. Of course you did, my friend.
Can I ask a question before we wrap?
Yeah.
Have you or has anyone used our new search, our episode search?
Yeah, anyone in the chat, I've used it. I haven't used it since you first dropped it, but I'll have to go back and search more things. But it's been great.
Because when you pulled up Howley's cat,
Aioli,
we say Aioli, but I know that's not it, and
it's not right.
So I went to my DMs to see how, because he told me how to pronounce it. And freaking Farcaster deleted it. You know how like DMs used to last forever? So there's nothing there.
Yeah.
It's so embarrassing. But I just went to our search bar and I searched for in natural language saying, you know, like, hey, there's a user named Hayoli who we can never remember how to pronounce his name. And all the transcript searches come up.
Oh my God.
So you can very easily jump to an episode where we talked about it. And I don't know if you saw this too, click into find exactly the snippet where we talked about it.
Oh, cool.
So I'm going to be able to, I'll do a little sleuthing and I feel like
we will learn again how to say it.
And like then we will I'm too embarrassed to. If we get him on the if we meet him in person, I will know forever, but
I don't think I will. I think I'll forget every time. All right, everyone. This has been fun. It's been a pleasure. We will see you on Monday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern. We'll have Jake on with us at noon Eastern. Anything else, Adrian, before we call it for the weekend?
No, but everybody have a great weekend. Touch some grass.
Have a great weekend. Touch some grass. Have some fun. We'll see you. We'll see you soon. I don't think I'm touching any grass, but I am going to a holiday party, so that'll be fun. All right, everybody. We'll see you later. And with that, thanks for joining us for this episode of GM Farcaster. And thank you to all our partners and HyperSub supporters bringing this episode to you. Follow the GM Farcaster channel for all the latest updates and add our mini app on Farcaster and the base app. Until next time, bye-bye.